Yo, what is up YouTube? I'm Blitz5, and today's video I want to talk about Battle Royale mode in Call of Duty. So there's a lot of talk around whether or not Activision, Treyarch, the studios, the publishers behind Call of Duty are going to be including some kind of Battle Royale mode into the next game, which of course is Black Ops 4, slated to be released in October. If you didn't know that, now you know. That's the latest bit of Call of Duty news. But the Call of Duty franchise has a lot of other titles. They're on mobile games. They're on like the Nintendo, Game Boy, DS, whatever the latest thing is. They have Call of Duty Online, which is in China, and it's multiplayer mode. And there actually was a rumor, I think they were testing out a Battle Royale mode in China on Call of Duty Online, which is kind of made through Tencent to follow the rules of the Chinese government because they can't have the same exact game in China due to like copyright rules and other kind of like censorship and stuff like that. So they're already testing the waters with this, and then there's also other reasons why this is very plausible. So number one is obviously just the overall success of Fortnite and PUBG. Because it's successful, you have to imagine that all the big publishers are going to want to move in and kind of take from that. So there's some pros and cons. Obviously, I really enjoy the independentness that like PUBG brings, and also Fortnite with like Epic Games, just something different out of the normal like Activision, EA. It's nice to see other publishers doing well. But so that's the pro. The con is if they join in. But the pro if they join in is a lot of times because they have the big backing and the big money, they can really perfect these games and add things and do more updates. But as we know, that isn't really always the case. And actually, Fortnite is doing the best job right now with all the updates and stuff like that. And although I've been playing PUBG a lot more than Fortnite, it seems like Fortnite is definitely winning that battle because of all the community updates and stuff that they're doing with that game. So major praise to Fortnite. That's awesome. So that's kind of the pro and cons if one of these big publishers joins in. Number two, we already have announced that Red Dead Redemption, or at least pretty strong rumor that they're going to be including a Battle Royale style game to that mode. Battle Royale style mode to that game. And you have to imagine that only some games can really handle this, but in the future, there may be like the next GTA, any big FPS game that's, has a good engine, that's got a big game, that has a big multiplayer presence, or at least a big presence in general, is going to be looking at whether or not they want to include this in the game. But when you have this, it always hurts. It could it could hurt the player base. It could split the player base up. It takes away from the original portion of the game. Obviously, if Call of Duty were to do this, multiplayer is the main thing, the regular team deathmatch domination. And then if you had this Battle Royale mode, if everybody's playing that, then it takes away from what is originally Call of Duty. So that point right there really makes me think that it might not be happening in the next Call of Duty. But then we get some latest news from Activision. The Activision-Blizzard, the actual company, they were holding kind of like an announcement during their stock period when they have like their earnings reports. They have calls with investors. They're talking about like what is going to be the future of Activision, so they know whether or not they want to invest. All that stuff, it's all like financial related. So a lot of the analysts that are covering Activision, will ask them questions, and they actually brought up questions about like the latest gaming trends in Fortnite and the Battle Royale mode. And Activision responded by saying that they obviously are aware of this and they're looking into it, and that in the past, they've been really quick movers to get in this, and they can actually overtake it, like I said before, because they have so much money and power and, so many employees and stuff like that. So they acknowledge that this is really big. But then when I went online and checked just for fun, I was checking like domain names, and I saw, like, I Googled, I searched in Call of Duty Battle Royale, COD Battle Royale, all that stuff. I'm like, none of this is taken. Call of Duty Battlegrounds, all this stuff. Usually when they're coming out with a new title or they're thinking of one, they'll buy up every domain, like everything related to Black Ops 4, Black Ops 5, Black Ops 6 is already purchased. So none of this stuff was taken. And honestly, the more I think about it, I just can't really see Call of Duty doing the Battle Royale game, because that's not what Call of Duty is about. So then I immediately thought, are they going to do this with Overwatch? What if they did this with like World of Warcraft characters? Who knows? Because Activision Blizzard are all under the same umbrella. Maybe they'll look to do this with another IP, or maybe a completely different one. I'm not really sure, but they have a lot of old things. So then I was trying to look at like what are the oldest games in the Activision library, the kind of games that might be dead now that they could resurface and make like a Battle Royale or Battlegrounds version of that game. But I'm not really sure. I looked through and didn't really see anything promising. To me, I just thought it'd be interesting. if they do a typical FPS shooter, it might not be able to compete, but if they do that magical way and go like, well, magical is a funny word for it, but if they go like World of Warcraft or Overwatch, that could create a different niche in that instead of just having like regular guns. But I just don't think it would be the same. Maybe they're not going to enter this market. It'll be really interesting to see what they do with this, and I'm just trying to keep an open mind and think of every possibility because I would like to predict this and get it right. So I'm really trying to expand here, and who knows, maybe with the latest Call of Duty, the next Call of Duty, they'll have like the HQ like in World War II, and it will just be part of the HQ where you can 1v1, you can do a Battle Royale, you can play the regular online game, and maybe that will be it. But like I said, I don't know if that will be too much for one game or if that will just be the right amount. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Do you want Call of Duty / Activision to make a Battle Royale game? Do you think it's a good idea? Or do you think it's just better if they stick to what they're doing? But, you know, they might lose out because right now, as I said, Fortnite and PUBG have really taken over the player base, the community, Twitch streams, all that stuff. So Call of Duty / Activision, they're really going to need to do something to compete with this in the meantime. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Those are just some of my thoughts. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like or a subscribe to my page if you want to see more videos. Obviously, it's hard out there in the YouTube community to grow. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, which will be a big milestone for my page. So please support your favorite small content creators. And if you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down so I know that I can work harder at making better videos. So anyways, I'm Blitz5. Thank you all for watching, and peace out.